Weird, 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 weird. Why are people so weird? People aren't weird.
I don't know. And isn't it so funny you just live your life and you get into your little habits and you get your routines. And then you just have these like a week or a slew of days that get put together and it's just weird. I mean, it's
Yeah,
just like, what is going on? Is it a full moon? What the heck is happening?
right. So what do we make of that? But people march to a different drum, right? To the beat of a different drum. And
Yeah,
it's so fascinating to me because that makes sense to them. That's how they're living. And then we look at it, we're like,
right.
man, that's freaking weird.
Yeah. So, you and I being from hospital systems, when we'd have a stretch of weirdness, and we worked in psych hospitals, so I mean, by definition, it's just weird. But
Yeah.
it was particularly weird. We'd be like, "Is it a full moon? What is happening? Is it like, is
Right.
Mercury in retrograde? What in the heck of duty is going on here?" And
Right.
it has been a week like that for me.
Mhm.
I don't know what is going on, but people I talk to are uh, I talk to people in distress, obviously. That's what I do. But
Yeah.
people in this distress have been very just odd, weird, distressing situations.
Mhm.
So people have been weird this week with me. And then um, I noticed 2 days ago my pool has a leak. The level of my pool has been dropping precipitously every
Mhm.
day. And so there's the point where I have to now go get food coloring and look for a leak in my pool, which is, I mean, that's not that weird.
Mhm.
Oh, but we had friends over for dinner last night. Isn't that fun? You just, you
Yeah.
get together, you hang out, we'll have a
Okay.
few laughs, we'll have a glass of wine, have some dinner.
Was there some weirdness?
Oh, yeah. So then, of course, we hear a cricket sound, and it's like, oh, we got a cricket in the house. And then after like an hour, I'm like, you don't have a damn cricket in the house. So I go to
Uh,
Amazon and I'm like, cricket sound prank, and the thing that pops up, of course, these little tiny little things that you can buy in a 3-pack for
oh.
9.99, and it makes a cricket sound. So somebody last night put the little cricket sounding thing in my kitchen somewhere, and it only goes off every 5 to 15 minutes.
Intermittently.
And it's pretty quiet. It's not loud. It didn't keep me up last night, so that was a good thing. But
Yeah.
yeah, so now I will be tearing apart my kitchen. I did about 10 minutes worth of looking this morning and to no avail. So yeah.
People develop these weird quirks,
Uh-huh.
oddities, and
Uh-huh.
why do you think that is, Brett?
Right? I don't know.
What makes somebody decide, hey, a friend is inviting us over for dinner. That's such a nice thing. Let's play a prank.
Well, Tom, I think it's my friends.
Uh, I don't think it's only just them. I think other
That's
people fall into these kind of strange
that's
and
true.
absurd and weird
Hmm.
things. Why is that? Let's just look at it. Let's examine it, psychologically speaking.
But we talk about weirdness and we talk about that's what life is. I mean, life, we talk here a lot about people think the definition of a happy life is the absence of adversity or the absence of stress. And nothing can be farther from the truth. We all have
Right.
adversity, we all have stress that comes at us on a daily basis, weekly basis. And the definition of a happy life is being resilient enough to manage the stress and adversity that comes at you on a
Mhm.
daily basis.
So, I mean, maybe these things that we perceive as being weird, these are the things or these are the ways in which that person in particular has decided to manage pain, discomfort, anxiety,
Mhm.
stress, to make life a little bit more interesting. And, they develop things that we have our different likes and dislikes. So, I mean, they're the people that
Oh, I forgot.
laugh at things that are not funny, right? Like pain, trauma, somebody falls down and we laugh,
Right,
I mean, that's kind
right.
of weird.
Are we really like enjoying their misery? No, of course not. That's not. Hopefully, that's not what we're doing. It's just
Yeah.
it strikes us as funny. right? So that's
Right.
slapstick comedy. We all grew up with the Three Stooges, right?
Right.
And Bugs, but there's that dang cricket that just went off.
Ah, curses. Do people say that? That's kind of weird, right? Curses.
Curses foiled again. Yeah, no kidding.
Uh,
So,
the
but
Chevy
yeah, I mean,
Chase, you know, like,
right.
uh,
All that physical comedy. I mean, we loved that growing up, and we laughed at it. And we weren't laughing at people in their misery. We weren't
uh,
laughing at people that were in pain. But we were laughing at it. It's this funny situation. It was unexpected. It was not supposed to happen.
you know, it was always so weird, but so enjoyable for me was growing up watching the Pink Panther movies, you know, Inspector Clouseau.
She's in.
That was always so much
Yes,
fun for me. Yeah.
right. With Kato,
A
right, jumping out.
Minky? Yes, a Minky. A chimpanzee Minky. K2?
All right.
Hmm. That was just weird and obscure for me, but I enjoyed it. Monty Python, that was something that was just strange and weird, but there was something so enjoyable about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Unexpected, unanticipated, something that shouldn't happen. Those
Yeah.
things happen. There shouldn't be a cricket in my kitchen.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look at how people dress, you know? I mean, remember when we were growing up, there was the goth, you know, the goth kids or whatever, and they had black nail polish and long hair. And I think now it's become known as like emo and things like that. And um but like we thought that was kind of weird because it was different then. Unless you were part of that group, then it wasn't weird. It was just, like how you chose to just display yourself and how you felt connected to a group. But
Hmm.
outside of the group, outside of any group, that group seems weird, strange.
Hmm.
Not to them, but
Hmm.
Mhm. But I'm part of the flannel dressed like a lumberjack kind of group, which is really not like um appropriate for Florida, weather. So I'm sure people look at me and think I'm weird.
Hmm.
But hey, it's what's comfortable for me. It's what feels good for me. But so what's weird for one person might be like a sense of comfort and security for somebody else. But I
Absolutely.
like the weirdness because I like silliness. I like to laugh. I like to have a good time. I like to raise vibrations, and it makes life so interesting
Hmm. Definitely.
that there's
Mm.
weirdness around.
And I'm sitting here and I hear the garbage truck out front, and the weirdness is I forgot to take the garbage out again for
Mhm.
the second week in a row, Tom.
Oh no.
So I'm sitting here and I'm experiencing another layer of weirdness. I never forget, Tom. I never in my life I've maybe forgot to take the garbage out once, and
Yeah.
now it's 2 weeks in a row. What in the heck is the matter with me?
Well, I got a truck and a dumpster here at work.
Yeah, there you go.
Right? I don't know, maybe it's weird. I like taking trips to the dump,
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite. I love the dump.
right? Some people
I
may like,
don't
oh,
like it
it
when it's been
stinks, it's
raining.
terrible. You're worried about getting a screw and or a piece of metal in your tires. Like, why would you want to do that? I don't know. I love just throwing shit in the back of the truck and just
Hmm.
purging. Oh,
I love the dump as long as it hasn't been raining, because then you get all that wet smuck.
yeah, schmuck, whatever it is.
Schmuck.
Yeah.
But you're right, and I think the reason I like the dump is it's getting rid of stuff, like getting rid of old stuff, cleaning out, renewal, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So cleaning stuff up.
Yep. I like doing chores at home. It helps me with not only the routine, but it reduces anxiety and, liking and enjoying looking forward to doing the dishes and doing laundry and cleaning and changing the sheets. Like that might be perceived as freaking weird. Most people don't like doing that stuff. They like have to do it and they like, ugh, begrudgingly. shuffling their feet doing it, put it off until the very last minute. But I'm like looking forward to get home and doing that kind of stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Plus, the way that our brains are wired, I mean, there's been lots more discussion and understanding and openness about neurodivergence and ADHD brains and autism and, just how things are being perceived much differently than,
Hmm.
what we would deem as being more normal or even more appropriate. And like to them, how we, function is weird, and to us, they're weird. But it's okay.
Yeah, and different people perceive the world in different ways, and I think that's a great example of being on that spectrum disorder or on that spectrum developmental pervasive developmental spectrum or neurodivergent or all the fancy terms we use
Yeah.
for autism and the autism spectrum. And it's interesting that when we talk about autism, everyone thinks about, well, people of our age probably think of the classic Rain Man, you know,
Right.
and
Yep.
that was, pretty significant autism. That was, everything's on a spectrum. We've talked about that. So
Right.
everything from 0 to 100, right? Nobody's a zero, nobody's 100. Rain Man probably got close at like an 85, but you
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
but that is pretty classic on the high on the autism spectrum. But
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that have some symptoms or some traits or some characteristics that would fall on the spectrum, but they're probably maybe a 20 or
Yeah.
maybe a 30. We're all
Yeah.
on there somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Just
Yeah.
like depression, we're all on the spectrum. Nobody, very rarely, people are 0 or 100. But,
Right.
depression wanes up and down. Anxiety wanes up and down. And what
Yeah.
I always try to teach people is, what is your baseline number? Like, some people are just character, they are just have some depressive symptoms. And, what's your baseline number? Well, I usually operate at like a 35. Okay.
Yeah.
35 is actually normal for them. So when they're going up to a 50, that's significant for them.
Mhm.
Right. So what is significant for you? I don't have generally depressive symptoms. I've had a few times in my life where I have, but generally I have, I'm like a 10. I'm
Yeah.
low on the depressive side.
Yeah.
So when I go up to a 30, I need to pay attention to that.
Uh-huh.
What
Yeah.
is going on with me? What is happening in my life and my world that I'm at a 30? Whereas other people live and a good day is a 30 for them.
Right. I mean, and when we hit, you and I, who are usually very low on that depressive scale, when we stop doing the things that we enjoy, that's sort of like a red flag or a dead giveaway that maybe we're going a little bit higher on that depressive scale. Maybe we need to take a look at, what's going on, what's happening in my life right now that I need to deal with, problem solve, or kick my own ass, right? I'm kicking my ass. Do you mind?
Great movie, Liar Liar.
Oh yeah. Hey, I mean, just think about our mannerisms, the way we carry ourselves, the way that our face moves when we're talking, and maybe, if you have some Italian, the way that your hands are moving when you're talking, sharing things, that might be perceived as weird. You ever, talking to somebody, which we talk to a lot of people, and you see they just have these weird kind of like mannerisms and tics about them, and you're like, That's kind of weird."
Yeah. What's
Don't.
that about? Right. But that's what makes people people, you know?
Hey, I'm
That's what
always
makes
like
people.
clearing my throat and squinting and moving my faces around, like so. That might be perceived as weird.
Uh-huh.
Isn't it funny?
I, I particularly love your facial expressions when you're doing the karaoke singing on Fridays
Oh yeah.
on the TikTok channel and wherever else you post. But yeah,
That's good stuff. I'm trying
man,
to get into it.
you're getting into your feels for
I'm
sure.
I'm feeling it, man. There was some 90s R&B today. Yeah.
Hmm.
Anyway.
Saw that this morning.
But isn't it funny how like some um mannerisms or facial expressions or the words that people use, how sometimes we get triggered, maybe not in like in a trauma, response way, but we just like something about it. Maybe because it reminds you of somebody else, and that's why you notice it. But for the most part, we're really not paying attention to most of those things.
Sure.
Like if somebody was like rubbing their eyes, I wouldn't think anything of it. I think, well, maybe they just have something in their eye. Like I'm not focusing on it. But if they're always like picking their nose or something, I'd be like, that's
Get your
weird.
finger out of there.
That's, yeah, like because we were taught that certain things are socially appropriate and certain things are not.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's interesting because in you in my world, we were taught. I mean, communication is 90% nonverbal, right? So
Yeah.
we listen to what people say, but more importantly, we listen to what people don't say. So we're
Mhm.
listening to what would you expect to hear from somebody, and what am I not hearing, right? So we're reading between the lines, number one, but number two, we're reading those facial expressions, those body
Yeah.
cues. Why do you keep, why does your leg jiggle when you keep talking about
Exactly.
XYZ?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
What's that about?
Yeah. And we draw attention to that, and the person usually does not even realize that, and then they start thinking and they get self-conscious about it. And I'm like, no, just pointing it out, just bringing your awareness to it that that might be something that's uncomfortable for you to
Mm-hmm.
venture into, and maybe that's what we need to talk more about.
All right.
Mhm.
Makes me think of a great book out there. It's been a while since I read it, but The Body Keeps the Score.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's a great book.
Yep.
And the premise of it is we hold different things, traumas, whatever, uncomfortabilities, experiences. We hold them in different parts of our body.
Sure. Yep. As a protective factor, as memories that are stored, in body tissues, like
Hmm.
that's a real thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And more so than anybody, being a massage therapist.
Hmm. Oh, there's so many times where you hit certain areas and then there's a flooding, you know.
Mhm.
They were just in a relaxed state, and then all of a sudden there's just this waterfall of just, like emotion and tears and the likes. And you're like, you okay? You need a moment? You need me to step out?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting how it's all interconnected, Tom.
Hmm. With a strange person.
Excuse me, does your dog bite?
Yeah, yeah.
No, 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 he's very friendly.
Ah, I thought you
And
said your dog does not bite.
that is not my dog.
Just like that.
Never gets old.
And
How
like
many people out there are listening and that are just like shaking their head right now, Tom?
yeah, they're like
Really? This is
bunch of
what I'm
weird,
spending my time listening to.
bunch of weird old guys, right? Just it's like the two old guys on the Muppets, right? Yeah.
Oh, what was it? Something in Stratler.
Waldorf and
Waldorf and
Statler.
Statler or
Oh yeah.
something. Yeah. I love those guys. Those are my The Muppets were great. I mean, talk about a show that introduced all kinds of. I mean, that's the first time I saw Alice Cooper.
Yeah,
Welcome to My Nightmare was on the Muppets. How cool is that?
right? Hmm.
Yeah. And then, the other one I still do with my kids is I'll just put it out there. Mana mana do 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 do. And you drop that little earworm.
No, no.
And then 3 days later they're still
Oh yeah, it's catchy.
damn you.
But those things, those things that might be perceived as being weird or strange,
Hmm.
those are the things that make us who we are. Those are the
Hmm.
things to really embrace and enjoy about ourselves and about the people around us.
Hmm. And weird things happen. And things happen. People put cricket little noisemakers and they hide them in your kitchen.
Mhm.
And your pool develops a leak and weird things happen.
Right.
So what that teaches you is perseverance, right? that I have the fortitude to work on, through, around, over, under, through the
Hmm.
challenges that are posed at me on a daily basis. So
Hmm.
if you come over this afternoon and all my pots and pans and everything I own is in the middle of the kitchen floor, you will know
And all this shit goes to the dump.
why. Yeah, cleaning up, cleaning out.
Yeah. So, embrace the weirdness. The guy that goes out, who wears his shorts 8 sizes too small. Hey, you know what? You do you.
Right.
That's what makes you feel good and comfortable, like it looks good on you.
I'm gonna pass on that look.
Yep, your ass is eating your shorts, but that's all right. Be your weird, authentic self. But that's what makes us
Exactly.
genuine and authentic, Like,
Embrace your
you don't have to
weirdness.
agree with it.
Right. And people that are intolerant of other people's weirdness, that's a you thing. That's not about them.
Yeah.
Why do they have to do that? They are so weird.
Yeah.
Well, why does it bother you what other people do? How come you're so not comfortable with your own skin that you're judging other people's?
Right.
Uh,
Hey, some things that are perceived as weird initially become trends, and
mhm.
that person is seen as a genius later on. That's weird. You're putting mustard on your watermelon? Strange. And then
It's
all of a
good,
sudden, apparently so,
delicious.
right? You
I
tried it?
still do that. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
A
and
couple
at
years
one
ago, I saw
point,
that tick. A
you
couple years
thought it
ago, I
was
saw that
weird,
TikTok. Yeah,
and now
I
you like
like it.
freaking genius,
Hmm. You put salt on your watermelon. Mustard's not far off. Mustard's very salty, kind of vinegary.
right?
It's
Mhm.
very similar.
So those flavors just combine really well.
Hmm.
I haven't
Hmm.
tried that yet, but
And and now at a party, I do it just for the, because I like it. Number one, I don't have to have it, but just for the shock value.
yeah. You know what? I like turning everything into either a sandwich or a taco, you know. And that's weird. I think that's pretty weird. Thanksgiving, you have all the fixings for Thanksgiving, all the standard things. I grab a bunch of dinner rolls and I start loading those things up, every little thing that I can on the dinner roll, and I have like, 3 or 4 little sandwiches.
I got a
Freaking
turkey
weird.
sandwich. I got a stuffing sandwich. I got a mashed potato sandwich.
Yep.
When my favorite as a kid in early school, um, because I used to get my lunch when I was younger, or buy my lunch. They had spaghetti, and they give you 2 slices of white bread, and I would slap that crap and make a spaghetti sandwich so fast. It was delicious. It was
Right?
my favorite.
Delicious. And that's weird.
Yeah, I still think about those every once in a while.
Yeah.
Man, I could go for a spaghetti sandwich.
Right.
It's never the same, but
Hmm. But so you have those weird quirks, and that's okay.
yeah,
Let's enjoy that.
embrace your weirdness.
Yeah, embrace your weirdness. Be
If
weird.
other people can't tolerate it, then that's a them thing.
Yeah, yeah. Because, our survival instinct is we've got to do exactly what's right, that's socially acceptable, to be a part of the group and to meet all these expectations. And our weirdness is really the thing that defines us and makes us different. We can
Mm,
still do a lot of those things and we can still be part of that group and we can still be upstanding citizens, but
right?
let's embrace our uniqueness and our weirdness, our strangeness.
All right. Well, I'm going to get down with my weird self.
And enjoy your weird self, man. Mhm.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tom, always great to see you.
Same, a treat. I hope that you have an amazing weekend.
Yeah,
We'll see
absolutely.
you guys next week. If you have comments or questions, something that you'd like us to talk about, or you want to share one of your weird oddities with us, please do. And we love to share that on the show. We love to talk about it. So
Questions at therapyunzip.com.
that's affirmative. Fire it off. Thank you guys for being here.
Yeah,
See you soon.
absolutely. All righty.